Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. A little bit of a glare. A little bit of a glare. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go. I promise I'm gonna get a haircut. I love my long hair, it makes me feel young. But when it's too much to keep up with, I barely have enough time to make it to the dentist like I should, much less deal with this much hair. And this is one of my favorite hats. I actually never took the tag off of it. It's just been here in my office with some of my other Alabama memorabilia. I'm live from the furniture store today. Brandy is at the open house over on Direct Grove, University Boulevard. Maybe she'll see some traffic today. We just adjusted the price on that one again. $186 is what we're asking now. We did a review and there was a brand new one that was about 100 square feet larger that sold about 6 months ago for $192.5. So we're at $186. His is a little bit smaller, but it's so close to the University of Alabama, right off University Boulevard, and it's only like 6 years old. So it's like new, it's definitely not old. The subdivision that it's in is definitely an older subdivision. So that's why it's a unique opportunity to have some newer inventory in that original city established subdivision. Y'all have been doing some reviewing before we went live. There are some really cool listings today. By the way, I've got another listing coming on the market. I've got 6 listings now. 6. This one is a land lot that I actually sold sometime last year or the beginning of this year. And they were originally going to use it for residential, but I think I've explained to my buyer enough now where we think that lot is worth more money as a commercial lot. I've already been to City Hall and they've approved commercial zoning changes right beside it. So I don't know why anyone would have an issue getting that one approved for commercial as well. But I think it's perfect for a camper hookup nightly rental opportunity. You could fit 2 or 3 RV camper hookups on that lot easily. Have you a nice little business there. They can come in, hook up, pay by the night, take the RV with them, you know, when they leave, and nice little business. And like I was talking about yesterday when I was broadcasting from my property in Reform that I'm developing. And by the way, we do have land in Aliceville as well. Hopefully that'll be developed sooner than later. But you know, Pickens County for so long has just been on the wrong path, especially since 1988 when I was born. Like the 90s got here when I was a kid, and the economy has just gone down since then. It's 2024 now, and since I was a kid 30 years ago, 35 years ago, the economy has been steadily declining. And I just want to be a part of that shift where the economy is going to start growing. There's more people than ever, and there's no reason for the same old obstacles, whether it be through, you know, law enforcement or private sector investment. A lot of things need to evolve, and give people their opportunities back. You know, it's just been on the wrong path. And so that's why I'm so set on as much private sector investment. And I say private, I don't mean private like we don't want anybody to know what's going on. I mean private sector where we're funding it ourselves and there's no tax dollars going into anything that the city has to do or that we have to do. You know, right now, the only jobs that are in Pickens County and Reform are government funded. City Hall, post office, banks. You know, banks are FDIC insured. Those are not just independent businesses like the one I have. You know, they've got FDI insurance. It's all there. There's very, very few businesses, and we've got to empower individuals. You know, be able to show people where the opportunities are, and that's why I started building in 2019. First of all, there was one full-time broker in Reform for just a few years when I was a kid, and his name was Lennis Dyer. He was friends with my father. He passed away, and that was the only real estate agent I even knew in Pickens County the whole time I was going through high school up until 2007. And so there has been just no market. And me being a realtor since about 2010, just a few years after I graduated high school, inventory has always been low. So I decided to fix that problem. And sure enough, I've developed 4 brand new construction houses. There's 4 families in Reform City right now sitting in brand new construction homes because of, you know, the nuts and the balls that I had to bring that investment and gamble back. And I'm super proud to have started that. I'm so proud to see my acquaintances and friends, Zosimo and Rosie Laura. They've also hired a builder and built one right there in the middle of Reform City, right across from the Housing Authority. I think Melody Davis, she's the mayor, but she's also got a license for real estate sales. I think she's a realtor now. You know, you can be a licensed agent and not be a realtor. That's a separate group you have to pay to be a part of if you do enough sales. And I think she is a realtor broker now. She just put that one on the market for Zosimo and Rosie at $250 new construction. So I'm really glad to see that not only is it me, that there's, you know, contacts that I have as well that are doing the same thing. And it's very encouraging because growth is a good thing. You know, real estate, certain industries can feed a lot of people, and that's what I like to see. And so we got it going on. Especially in Reform. I can't speak for the other municipalities, but Reform and North Pickens, you know, that's kind of my stomping grounds there. And I just want to continue to see growth. There's also a brand new business, Southern Supply, right there on Highway 82 in Reform. They bought land, built from the ground up, and they're doing really well, you know. And so that's good. I love seeing that new investment. I cannot wait to get that development at the airport built. Like I said, it's a multi-use building. It's got 6 garage condominiums for airplanes or cars. And then it's got retail space where I've already worked out a deal with an independent company, another retailer. They will occupy the retail space of that same building and pay rent on the building. So it's kind of like an anchor tenant, and then the garage condominiums are just additional, you know, benefits to that investment. I'm very, very excited about that. Okay, let's get started. I want to talk about some of these listings. This is a new one. I just went in the system. This has not even been in the MLS 30 minutes. Fayette, an authentic West Alabama rural community. This was in the county, though, outside the city limits. 290 23rd Street Northwest. Subdivision says The Village. I'm not super familiar with that, but that's okay. 1 level, 3-bed, 2-bath, brand new construction. How about that? Oh, that's what I was just talking about. trying to get this investment, Fayette is an authentic West Alabama community. You got Fayette, Lamar, and Pickens. This is a new construction listing in Fayette, on the market. And Brad Bull, Blue Creek Realty Group, he's another West Alabama broker and builder. He's built this one. So now see, this one's 194,900, 1,234 square feet. That's the same square footage as the one in Reform that's 250. It might be because it's in the county. It's got a little bit smaller lot too, 0.15. But brand new, Fayette City or Fayette County. Brand new, looks great. It's got the brick front and the vinyl siding. They did go with the the vertical siding look, which is real popular right now. Fayette County Schools, Brad Bull is the realtor and the builder. And don't forget, new construction is the best listings to use me as your buyer agent because of the furniture allowance. You would have paid the commission anyway. Alright, next up, this is in Bessemer. Elena Thomas, Southern Homes of Tuscaloosa's got it listed. I guess she drives from Tuscaloosa to Bessemer for this one. 120 Barnett Drive. One level home, 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, built in 1936. So it is old and it needs lead-based paint disclosure for sure. 1,260 square foot. Can you imagine what it was like back in 1936 and you're the one about to build a 1,200 square foot home? I mean, they didn't even have, so many things were not there. Light switches, heating and cooling, you know, things like that. So it's interesting to see how these are updated. But this one does have the house and 5 acres with it. So there you go. Super cheap, $145,000. Anything under $150,000. If it's got additional land, that's worth a second look, especially for investors. You could buy the house, subdivide the land, put the house back on the market, develop the land, try to get it for free. Anytime you can get that cost of the land down before you build, that's just a good idea. Alright, next up, back in Northport County, this is Forest Glen Gardens, 13655 Old Ivy Drive, very popular. 1 level home, 3 bed, 2 bath. It's built in 2006, so it is turn of the century. 1,739 square feet. It's a moderate size home. Amanda Malone over at Hamner Real Estate is the seller's agent for that one. Never met her. $325,000 asking price. Okay, this one, the next one is in Gordo, but it was a good opportunity. It's got 7 acres with it. 609 Ben Elmore Road. 1 level home, 3 bed, 3 bath, 7 acres with it. It was built in 1965, so it is late mid-century, and that ranch style engineering with the 1 ridge line across the top. 1,733 square feet again, so a moderate size. Christy Manning over at First Class Real Estate, never met her, is the listing agent, and they're asking $250,000 for that one. Okay, next up we got 2 residential lots right here beside me on Old Greensboro Road. You just turn on Plantation. 2 lots here. Both of them are $89,000 asking price. Jackson Crossing subdivision. Lee Hanna is the seller's agent for both of them. One of them is 2.25. The other one is 2.1. So they're both over 2 acres, and they're each $90,000 or $89,000 a piece. Alright, next up we've got a new construction that just started, Tuscaloosa City North. Ever popular High Grove. Everybody, all the new money's going to the High Grove, so it can be a real WASP stronghold, like they say on the Wolf of Wall Street. Brand new, this one is 4 bedroom, 4 full bathroom, 1 half bathroom. Always gotta have that half bath these days. It's got the best schools in the city with A+ rating, Rock Quarry and Northridge. Big house, 3,286 square feet. All they've got is the renderings right now. It must have just started construction. John Randall, Keller Williams is the seller's agent. He sells a lot in that area and a lot of condominiums. $769,900 asking price. So right under 800 grand, high growth, new construction. You'd get like a $6,000 furniture allowance with that one. Paid through the commission. Won't cost you any extra money. You can damn near furnish the whole house when you use me as your buyer broker. I've been in this market for 15 years. You know, there's a lot of elements to this business that are so hard to talk about because it's so tough sometimes when you're trying to compete for clients. And you know, I have to do what I think is right and say what's going to make my service look and, you know, prove my service is just as good. You know, a lot of times, like I said, sometimes I can't get over how many agents work under agents, and they have no chance at being the lead agent because of the power structure. You know, you're eventually going to have to go out on your own regardless, you know, unless you're just satisfied with, you know, no ceiling to your income. You know, most of us want to make $1 million, you know, and I can tell you being independent is about the only reason 2 years ago now I did build a brand new house, sold it for $1 million, me and one other person. So you can do anything. You can do anything, especially if you want to keep your full-time job not in real estate and then use your friend and your full-time broker for whatever you need. We can do it all. Brandy and I are a team now. There's 2 of us. She's holding an open house right now. So we got it going on. I know investment. She's a bit of a beginner, but she's learning, and she's an asset because she's licensed. We can do so much. You know, don't listen to all the noise. You gotta try. You know, it's an illusion. It's an illusion having these gigantic brokerages and half of them don't make sales every day. They're just paying the way those companies are set up. The peons and the people that don't make a bunch of sales, they carry and cover all the fees and the insurance and stuff with what they pay, and the top producers benefit from that. And it's just the way it's been. And nowadays you're seeing a shift from the broker owns the company to the realtors own the company, and the broker is paid by them, and they are also the owner. So now the power is in their hands to tell the broker what to do, not the other way around. And you know, that's smart. Don't get me wrong, it's very smart. Very smart. I don't know how it's going to work down the road, but all right, next up, we're in Northport again, Northport County, 13193 Autumnwood Parkway, Autumnwood subdivision right there on the main drag. 1-level home, 4-bed, 2-bath. It's got just under a ½ acre with it, 0.41. Huntington Elementary, Tuscaloosa County High, there's Northport Schools. Built in 2013, 2,144 square feet. Karen Hanna, First Class Real Estate, is the seller's agent. I don't know Karen. $355,000 asking price. That's pretty moderate for Northport. Okay, back in Tuscaloosa, 3406 Maple Street Northeast. Holt Realty is the subdivision. 1-level home, 3-bed, 1-bath. So it's built in 1940. It's only got that 1 bathroom, which makes it a little bit less desirable, but the price probably reflects that. It's also 950 square feet, which is small. It's got just under a third of an acre with it, 0.27. Ralph Harvey, listwithfreedom.com. That's an internet broker. Ralph is not here. If you wanted to buy this home, I would contact the owner, and the owner has to coordinate showings, negotiations, all that type of stuff, and Ralph just gets a fee for putting it in the MLS. It's got the owner's number right there on the listing. It's so strange. If you got all the time in the world, most people don't, that might be a good option for you, especially in this price point. But, it's just not worth trying to save the 1 or 2 points on commission. You're still going to pay the buyer's agent commission, or the buyer's agent's not going to show up. $139,900, Holt Realty, affordable home. Okay, next we've got a residential lot, Tuscaloosa City West, $15,000, not bad. It's, 0.16, so just under a fifth of an acre. 2683 22nd Street is the address. It's got Martin Luther King Elementary, Central High School for the zonings. S.J. Mann over at Pritchett Moore is the seller's agent. That's $15,000 asking price. And there's also one more, 2731 23rd Street. This one's Copeland Square, Tuscaloosa City West, $15,000. This one's 0.12, so just over a tenth of an acre. S.J. Mann again, Pritchett Moore, the seller's agent. I sure hope she signed up a 10% commission so she can get 5 and the buyer can get 5. After you pay your broker, your share of the marketing expenses, fuel, income tax on the commission, anything like that, these small sales numbers, you can't do 6% anymore. It's just not going to work. You're going to end up with a $50 commission, and that is a joke. We have to take the sales that we have for our income, and it's striking to me how there's this big obsession with all these rich and top producing realtors that have taken advantage of people, keeping a full 6% commission, saying that it's for a buyer's agent to come in, then keeping the whole thing. I've never done any of that. Our price points here are just not the same. The seller's market, the tenured seller's market in West Alabama has been north of the river and a few of these campus markets, and that's where you really see that national issue that has also taken place here in Tuscaloosa. Now, outside of that, it's not the case. 200,000 home sales happen all the time. The bigger commissions are just not there, especially not on 600 grand. But it's striking how, everybody's trying to push it down, and we literally have to push these sales up. It's like that. It's not even on their radar selling land for people that are much lower cost. As a realtor, these fees just keep going up. As a matter of fact, the Tuscaloosa Association of Realtors has 3 payments. As realtors, Brandy and I have to pay them 3 times a year now. It used to be 2, now it's 3. They have another $250 each in August, which makes 3 payments. So the regulatory is there, and I've just seen it be construed any way they want, especially some of these top producers. It's like, why would, there's a lot with that. It's a lot with it. There's big changes coming this weekend, but I honestly feel like the association and the National Association did not make a good deal by offering to kill off buyer agency to try and get commissions down. Because you start telling sellers they don't have to pay a buyer broker, well, that buyer that has selected an agent, they're just going to go to the next one. And, the commission is the commission. It is what it is. And you've got all these national syndicate sites like Zillow and Realtor.com that have created that separation. When I list a property, somebody on Realtor.com can inquire about my listing and they'll send it to a separate agent. So you can't change any of that stuff. And so it's very interesting. I was very disappointed. In all that. But again, you just have to push through and know the difference of exactly what's going on. Some of these buyer agency requirements don't even make sense. What about open houses? You know, you don't have a chance to sign a buyer agreement before somebody walks in your open house. Are we supposed to require them to sign a buyer agency agreement as soon as they walk in the door to an open house? There's a lot with it, and the bigger problem is the National Association, which controls the local associations, are too powerful and too expensive. There's no reason every Alabama agent can't see every listing in Alabama. They've got us all separated into areas. So I can't see Birmingham listings or these very expensive Gulf Shores condos or Smith Lake homes. We would have to pay a fee monthly and fees up front to join these areas that are a part of the same association we already pay to be a part of. So that's the real problem. And you know, anytime you've got corporate greed like that, you're just gonna have issues. You know, like top producing agents signing people up for 6% and saying half of it goes to a buyer agent. Then they make the sale on both sides and they keep the full percent and people feel ripped off. That's what happens when your association is too big and too powerful. You know, honestly, the local association here, I have been stopped at every level from combining already furnished, which another company I own, anywhere in this MLS data, which I find crazy. You know, I look in other areas, they're doing it every day. There's other agents putting companies on their listings. And so it's the Wild West. It's the Wild West. It's the way it's always been. And, you know, it makes the clients that stick with me understand I'm a hard worker. We can all do the same job. The demand is what drives it, not the agents. So, you know, it makes my clients worth that much more to me. Okay, next up, Tuscaloosa 69 South, Ridge Haven, right here behind me, 1842 Harrison Drive. 1 level, 4 bed, 3 full bath. It's got a 1/5 of an acre with it, 0.21. Built in 2004, so it is turn of the century. 2,417 square feet. That's a big house. Inglewood Elementary, Hillcrest High School. It's the school zone. Derek Riddle at Tuscaloosa Realty, spelled with a K, is the seller's agent. $349 asking price. $349,000 asking price. All right, next up, actually, I don't know if this was from yesterday or not. It's in Tuscaloosa City North, the Ridges of Wellington. Very prestigious, very expensive subdivision. 2725 Beacon Hill Parkway. 2 level, 4 bed, 3.5 bathroom. 3 full bath, 1 half bath. Built in 2014, so it's not even 10 or right at 10 years old. Big ass house, 3,929 square foot. You know, I just always would like my buyers to consider the carry cost on that much square footage. Of course, you know, if you're looking at $1 million home, you know, a little bit higher power bill is probably not the biggest concern, but it's still a cost. And you do have an HOA monthly here as well. It's $220 a month. Elizabeth Henson at Keller Williams is the seller's agent for this one. I've never met her, and they're asking $925,000 for that. Okay, I know this one was from yesterday. And Kennebec, I don't know. We got one in Northport City, Northwood Subdivision, 3209 Kennebec Street. 1 level home, 4 bed, 3 bath. Built in 1975, so it's late mid-century. 2,380 square feet. It's got just under a half acre at 0.39. Jonathan Fuller, Keller Williams, is the seller's agent. $359,900 asking price. Okay, we got another one with Keller Williams, Sam Key. Keller Williams, 15100 Bethabara Road. Northport County. 1-level home, 4 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom. It's a home in 2 acres, which is rare and what you want. Built in 2004, so at least it's turn of the century. 2,611 square feet. It's a big home. Sam Key, Keller Williams, the seller's agent, and they're asking $450 for that one. $449.9. Okay, yeah, that's it for today. All right, so it is Friday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Consider me. I've been in real estate for 15 years, and now we have the furniture store as well. I'm live from the furniture store right now. These are the 7 homes that I have developed in West Alabama. So that one's Northport, Reform, Tuscaloosa. And that one is available for asking for $420, $419.9 would be fine. Probably what I'm asking if I were to list it today. It's off the market right now. I've got a fabulous renter in there. She pays on the 1st every month. You know, we're collecting some money on that one. So it's a fabulous listing or opportunity. And, you know, she really wants to stay. So we'd like to find someone that's going to buy and let her stay as long as she wants. She's such a good payer. You know, I would really encourage that. So I got a really good new construction investment opportunity. We just built it last year. I got a good payer. She pays on the 1st every single month. And that one's off market. So come to me directly. Me and my partner, recently retired president of a major network. I know a lot of network people. And got my little man here. Say, come see us. Buy some furniture. Buy a house. Can you tell him see you next week? Say, see you later. Oh, my gosh. Is this the first time Aiden hasn't had anything to say? Sayonara.